Hello and welcome to the Learfield Lounge. I'm Bill Pollock, sports director of Missouri Net. I got my brand new microphone here. This is the Blue Yeti. It's Blue Yeti, the Yeti. So I'm testing it out. You're getting to see this for the first time. Everything is being called Yeti now. You've got the Yeti coolers, right, and now Yeti microphone. So I've been playing around with the settings, and we'll see how this sounds. But I wanted to talk with you today a little bit about Mizzou football. There were 3 Tigers who were invited to the NFL Combine, which will begin on the 23rd of this month and go through the 29th. They'll break it down into 4 groups. 3 players from Mizzou, offensive lineman Evan Boehm and Connor McGovern, and then along with linebacker Kentrell Brothers. Like I said, they'll separate this in 4 groups. The offensive lineman Boehm and McGovern will be a part of the first group that will come in, and then they'll do the linebackers in the third group. So it'll be later in the process in Indianapolis when we'll get a look at Kentrell Brothers. But on NFL.com, they were kind of doing little capsules on each of the players so far. Evan Boehm reading off of that list, which you can find at MissouriNet.com with my story. Obviously, one of the top offensive line recruits in the country coming out of high school, coming out of the Lee Summit area. Started 52 straight games. The guy was a warrior, hurt his ankle early in the season, played through it. He's a guy that is, I think he's quick. I think he's fast. When I saw him at the SEC championship game when they were playing Alabama, and I'm sure this happens all the time, but our seats were in the end zone, so I had a chance to really, for the first time, see Evan Boehm in action and really pay attention to him from field level, what the defense would be looking at. And he was so quick with his blocks, many times blocking multiple players. So he'd snap the ball, push one way, push another as they were coming up the middle. I think he's got the best opportunity of the 3 that are invited to the Combine to become a starter right away, because I think that he's a guy that could help out a lot of offensive linemen, a lot of offensive lines in the NFL. I just think he's quick. His arms are a little short, they say, but I think he's got the best potential to start right away in the NFL. Connor McGovern, what can you say about him? He's one of the strongest, if not the strongest, college football player. Benches 515 pounds, but here's the problem. And NFL.com tries to paint this picture that he's more than just muscle because of the number of games that he started and the number of different positions that he played at. But basically, my thought on him is he's lazy. He's got lazy feet, draws a lot of penalties, and I thought allowed pass rushers to get past him quite a bit. But he's going to get a look because of how much he can bench press, because of his size, because of his strength. They'll look at his technique, and NFL coaches will say, hey, we can fix that. But, the jury's still out. Now, listen, I don't think he had the best of coaches with A.J. Ricker, and maybe NFL teams will take a chance on him, and he will turn into somewhat of a dependable lineman, but I think he's probably the weakest out of the 3. Kentrell Brothers, we know what he did on the college level, and I think when you look at the postseason accolades and what his final stats were, he certainly didn't get the credit, and I'm not sure he'll get the credit in the NFL as well. He's going to have to work. He's a little bit on the smaller side for an inside linebacker in the NFL. Can he play safety? I don't know, maybe. That might be a spot for him to look, but I think he's going to have to be the guy who's going to have to fight and work for every second of playing time he gets. But he's got the type of attitude and he's got the type of disposition who could exactly do that. So I think that he'll probably be drafted in the later rounds unless he explodes at this Combine. I think he'll be a guy that goes maybe at best the 3rd round, maybe a little bit later. But he's going to be a great pickup for somebody because I just think his motor and his motivation is going to lead him a long way in the NFL. I don't think he'll be a star, but I think he'll be one of those guys that sticks around for a few years and turns out to be very dependable. So good luck to those 3 guys as they will take part in the NFL Combine in Indianapolis later this month. Follow me on Twitter at Missouri Sports, and we will catch up with you soon. And, of course, you can check out all my stories at MissouriNet.com. From the Learfield Lounge and my new Yeti microphone, I'm Bill Pollock. Have a great one. We'll talk to you again soon.